Destiny 2 Forsaken will be available in just a few days' time at the date of this upload. The pre-patch gave us a small taste of the weapon and subclass changes before the big show arrives. However, one thing I always want to know before a new DLC, what new exotic gear am I going to chase? Guardians, what is going on, guys? Sly here, back at it with another D2 Forsaken guide for you, and this time, let's talk Forsaken exotic weapons. This will be my first of 4 exotic videos going over all the weapons and armor from each class. There are a lot, guys. Bows, weird auto rifles, hand cannons, new weapons, and oh so many powerful armor pieces that you cannot help but be excited for. So, without delay, let's just dive right in. But first, let's go over the obligatory small disclaimer. There will be plenty of hidden exotics coming with Forsaken. Certain quests are hidden at this time, as are their rewards, so this is not a complete list. The special exotics will drop and be known when the quests are live, and with the Dreaming City changing over time, I suspect much will be hidden from us. However, these are the weapons that will be available in some form or another on September 4th. Some will simply drop from engrams or RNG, and others will be quest items, perhaps even exotic bounties, or from the Blind Well itself, which will not be accessible until the endgame. Basically, I'm saying I have no idea where all of these will drop from, and if you can get them as soon as possible, or if you're going to have to wait until you reach the right conditions or the Dreaming City. Also, one last thing, some of these numbers are off. A couple of them have zeros in their place, as well as missing words, because the data, I guess, is incomplete until the day 1 patch comes in. So, take these numbers lightly, but I do suspect about 95% of this is accurate. So, if you wish to check out these things for yourself, I'll have the links down below, and props to light.gg and Destiny Sets for helping me research all of this. So, with that, guys, let's take a look at some of the new badass exotics dropping in Forsaken. First up, let's go over the newest weapon archetype, bows. Starting with what some believe to be the new exotic raid weapon, kind of like Touch of Malice, a new bow called Wish Ender. Intrinsic perk is called Broadhead. The arrows over-penetrates enemies and damages them on entry and exit. Also, you'll be able to kill enemies standing in a line, sort of like Whisper of the Worm. The exotic perk, however, is called Queen's Wrath. While ADS with a fully drawn bow, enemies behind walls are highlighted. Now, we've seen some of this in action during the recent reveal stream. With shotguns being absolutely everywhere in the Crucible, this will be a very handy tool. Impact of 80, stability at 90 with slow reload and handling. Next up, Trinity GHOUL, another exotic bow. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any close-up pictures of these weapons besides what you can see in trailers that are already out. I wasn't able to locate any within the database, so apologies about that. Anyways, Trinity GHOUL intrinsic perk is called Split Electron. Fires an arrow that splits when released. ADSing and fully drawing the bow will decrease the spread. So basically, if you want a wide spread, kind of like a shotgun, you fire fast. If you want precision and kind of tight cluster, aim and fully draw the bow. Exotic perk, Lightning Rod. Precision kills grant the next shot chain lightning capabilities. So kind of like what the Storm Grenade does for the Warlock, where it chains to multiple targets. Impact of 50, stability 50 with handling and reload around the same. Looks to be a bow in the middle of the range between hard hitting and fast firing. Now, the last weapon we're going to take a look at, it's not really a bow, but its predecessor had the name bow within it, the QUEENBREAKER. An early Year 1 Destiny 1 exotic that is making a comeback. Now, this was a weapon that was loved by many, but also hated by others. Some called it trash, others called it amazing. Now, it has been a while since we've seen this weapon, and with linear fusions being pretty powerful, it'll be nice to have a linear fusion sniper hybrid coming back. In Year 1 of D1, it was called QUEENBREAKER's bow. Now, it is simply called the QUEENBREAKER. Intrinsic perk, Wire Rifle. Fires a long-range precision arc bolt that blinds enemies on hit. That sounds awesome. Now, it does say the exotic perk is called Hip Fire, but that doesn't sound quite right to me. I mean, ergonomic grip that increases accuracy and stability when fired from the hip, that doesn't seem like an exotic perk. Either it's missing, or the exotic perk is incorrectly labeled. Either way, historically, this was a fast-firing archetype weapon, more akin to a sniper rifle than a linear fusion. As you can see, charge time is wrong with a mag of 30, which also seems a bit wrong to me. Impact 70, range 50 with great stability at 80, low handling of 40, decent reload coming in at 60. Hopefully the QUEENBREAKER will come back with a vengeance, because even though it was an odd weapon at the time, I think it'll fit in perfectly with Destiny 2. Next, let's check out the hand cannons, starting with my boy Cade and his Ace of Spades. Intrinsic perk is Firefly. Precision kills with this weapon increase reload speed and cause targets to explode, dealing solar damage. Exotic perk Memento Mori. Reloading after a kill loads the magazine with a few extra damage bullets. Grants radar while in ADS. So they are converging perks here. Firefly has pretty much Outlaw built into it, and Memento Mori has an exotic attribute with the old D1 perk of reloading bullets that have extra damage. We have a rate of fire of 140 with 13 in the mag. This is going to be really good primary weapon, guys. Better devils might need to watch out. We have an impact of 84 and a range of 78 with medium stability, handling, and reload speed. Moving along here, our next hand cannon is the cousin of Thorn called Malfeasance. Intrinsic perk is Explosive Shadow. Shoots tainted slugs that burrow into the enemy. Stacking enough slugs causes them to explode. Exotic perk is Taken Predator. Bonus damage against taken enemies and Gambit invaders. So basically the PvP aspect of Gambit, but only when another Guardian invades your map, not the other way around. Rate of fire 180 with a mag of 14, impact of 78 with a low range of 48. Great stability and reload at 82, however low handling. It's a fast rate of fire hand cannon and it looks like it'll be a situational type of weapon, depending on how much bonus damage it can do. Either way, it looks pretty awesome, and it is definitely another weapon on my must-have list. Next, let's take a look at a couple of close quarter weapons, and first, another returning exotic, the Chaperone. With shotguns being extremely prevalent in the Crucible right now, this might be a good counter to rushing shotgunners. You'll see why once you look at that range. Intrinsic perk, Precision Slug, fires a single slug precision round. Exotic perk, the Roadborn. Precision kills briefly grant bonus handling, range, and precision damage with this weapon. Good impact at 75, absolutely crazy range here at a maxed out 100, however poor stability at 28 with great handling at 82, also poor reload at 37. 60 rounds per minute with 6 in the mag, which seems correct to me. In the right hands, the Chaperone will be devastating. The original Chaperone was also good in the right hands, but this updated version seems a bit more powerful, and it will definitely outrange just about any shotgun coming at you. It'll be interesting to see how far a maxed out range will carry your slug while still being a one-hit kill. One other weapon I can't wait to try out. Alright guys, moving along, the only other exotic shotgun I could find in the game, and one that I am crazy excited to see returning, the Lord of Wolves. Now this is a placeholder icon, so we're going to have to wait to the day 1 patch to see what it looks like. Intrinsic perk is called Shrapnel Launcher, fires a powerful short-range burst of solar damage. Exotic perk, Release the Wolves, defeating an enemy doubles the number of projectiles per burst for a short period of time. Impact at 50 with a terrible range at 20, low stability and handling with excellent reload at 80, 100 rounds per minute with 10 in the mag. Lord of Wolves was just like QUEENBREAKER's bow. It was loved by many but also hated by the same amount. I personally thought it was an awesome weapon, but it looks like it has changed substantially since Destiny 1. We'll see how it works soon enough. Next up, the only exotic sword I could find, called Black Talon, another weapon you've seen in the trailers. Intrinsic perk, Crow's Wings, fires off a ranged projectile. Once again, things seem a little incomplete here, not sure what they mean by cross combo. After that, Tireless Blade, powered sword kills grant sword ammo. Swing speed of 40, impact 55, with medium stats pretty much across the board. Ammo capacity at 50. Next, let's go ahead and move on to the exotic rifles, starting with a new one I'm pretty excited about called WAVESPLITTER. It says at the bottom, Omelon's newest breakthrough uses focused sonic waves to superheat electrons into a devastating energy beam. This trace rifle seems pretty unique, guys. Intrinsic perk is called Harmonic Laser. Laser damage has 3 power levels that oscillate while the trigger is held down. Pretty much that means they just keep switching. Exotic perk, Supercharged Battery. Collecting orbs of light grants a short period of maximum power that starts with an automatic reload. Rounds per minute at 100, magazine similar to other trace rifles at 68. Once again, things are a little incomplete, I think. However, the range is fairly decent at 67, great stability at 76, with medium handling and reload. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what they mean by different power levels and how much the maximum damage will be when picking up orbs of light. If you use the tether trick and just pile a bunch of orbs in a single area for the entire team, I wonder if this will just burn down anything in its path. Pretty excited to test that out. Moving along here to the next rifle, 1000 Voices. I can be anyone you wish, oh murderer mine. Intrinsic perk, Ahamkara's Eye. Charging this weapon unleashes a giant continuous beam of death. That's like the best description I've heard on any weapon, period. Exotic perk, Unforeseen Repercussions. This weapon's beam superheats its target upon impact, causing delayed explosions. And look at that impact and range, y'all. Maxed out at 100. Stability, pretty bad at 40, and let's hope the handling isn't true. Reload at 30, and once again, charge time isn't listed here, but it does have a mag of 20, which doesn't seem like a lot. So this is definitely a new archetype within fusion rifles, perhaps a fusion trace rifle hybrid. As you can see at the top, it's supposed to be a fusion rifle. However, it shoots a beam like Cold Hard. Not really sure where it's supposed to fit, but I am excited to check it out either way. Alright, moving on to the last exotic rifle in this video, we have Cerberus +1, a 4-barreled exotic auto rifle. Intrinsic perk is called Four-Headed Dog, shoots erratic bullets from all gun barrels at the same time. Exotic perk, Spread Shot Package, aiming while this weapon reduces the spread of its projectiles. 360 rounds per minute with a mag of 31. Not sure how they calculate ammo here with 4 barrels, but it doesn't seem like a lot in the magazine. Low impact at 33, trash range at 10, and pretty much low across the board. Low stability at 32, band handling at 39, medium low reload speed 42. This better be a powerful weapon to make it worth your time, putting up with such slow attributes. Once again, we will see here in a few days' time. And finally, guys, the last known exotic weapon coming in Forsaken, the Two-Tailed Fox, an exotic rocket launcher, adorably murderous. 1 in the mag, 40 rounds per minute. Intrinsic perk is called Twin Tails. Shoots 2 rockets, 1 void, 1 solar. Exotic perk is Play with Your Prey. The void rocket suppresses enemies. The solar rocket causes damage over time. That's a pretty powerful combo there, especially if you can lock both rockets onto one target. Blast radius at 65, velocity 55, with medium stats across the board. But that about does it, Guardians. Those are all of the currently known exotic weapons listed in the database that I could find as of right now. Shout out goes to the website light.gg and destinystats.com for helping me research these things. I'll link everything down below like I said at the start of the video. However, if you go digging into the database, beware of spoilers. We are getting an enormous amount of lore with Forsaken. And when I mean like enormous, I mean like all of Destiny 1 into Forsaken type of amount. Like there will be entire books and stories that you can read in-game within our new lore tab that'll be available September 4th. It puts all of those stories you find out into the world into a book-like format that you can then read in-game. We're getting all the history on the Awoken you could have ever dreamed of. Why they're called Awoken, where they came from, who they were before they changed, why are they immortal, their hierarchy, the different societal groups like Corsairs, Teshwans, how they separated and then found Earth again. I mean, it is some of the best writing and storytelling I have ever read in a video game. However, they contain tons of spoilers which will ruin the raid and the ending of Forsaken. So with that, beware of what you read. Even some of the armor sets and the lore they contain will ruin major parts of the story and the raid itself. So be careful and get ready, guys, because our minds are about to be blown on September 4th. But that is it for me, ladies and gents. As always, thank you for watching, and of course, thank you for supporting Sly Nation. I have 3 more exotic videos in the works: Warlock, Hunter, and Titan armor. So keep a lookout for those, because the exotics coming out are going to be some of the most powerful armor pieces to date. Anyways, I am out, guys. Subscribe for lots more Destiny 2 Forsaken and Anthem videos. Spank the thumbs up, but only if you enjoyed yourself. And comment down below if you have any questions, tips, or if you just want to say what's up. Take care, y'all, and stay hyped for Forsaken, because it is going to blow us away. Keep those eyes open for many, many more Forsaken videos coming out soon. But until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.